Hello, my people. Good day to you, good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Whatever time zone you're listening to this, thank you for joining me on today's episode of Daily Mind Shift. My name is Michael Ojuola, and on today's episode, we'll talk about the final habits that I want us, not you, not only you, me too, I'm unlearning, want us to unlearn today. Habits to unlearn for today, all forms of self-sabotaging. All forms of self-sabotaging. That's one of the habits that I will recommend that we unlearn. How are you sabotaging yourself? Self sabotage refers to some behaviors or belief systems that prevent us from achieving our goals, from achieving our hopes, our aspirations, our dreams. You see, it is normal. It is a normal part of human experience, all right? Sometimes we all do this self sabotaging from time to time even without fully realizing that we are doing it. We self-sabotage ourselves. The moment you start dreaming about a business somehow, before you know, you're already talking yourself out of it. You're already saying how you will fail. You're already talking to yourself how this will not help. You're already saying how the competition is so fierce that you might not make it. That is a form of self-sabotage. See, fortunately, when you know the types of self sabotage, where it comes from, and some helpful tips to neutralize it, you can help yourself overcome this particular aspect and this particular part of you. And that is the reason why I said, okay, let me record this episode. So it's important for you to first know, like I said before, what self-sabotage is. This involves any form of attitude, any behavior or belief system that doesn't match up to your values and your principles. And those are things that interferes with your ability, most importantly, with your ability to achieve your goals. All right, with your ability to achieve your set objectives. See, like I said before, we all do these things from time to time. And I will give you examples of what we do that sabotage ourselves. One way for you and me or us in general to self-sabotage is avoiding people or situations that make us uncomfortable. Sometimes feeling uncomfortable is a good thing for our growth. But most times we self-sabotage ourselves by avoiding people and avoiding situations that make us uncomfortable. That's one of the ways, that's one of the behavior that is self-sabotaging. If you keep avoiding uncomfortable situations, you won't be able to leverage on opportunity inside those uncomfortable situations. If you keep avoiding uncomfortable people, you will one day close door at someone that is uncomfortable but will be your helper. So it's important for you to understand that avoiding people and avoiding situations that make you uncomfortable is a form of self-sabotage. Another form is staying within your comfort zone and avoiding change. It's important for you to also identify what are you doing within yourself that is making you to stay within your comfort zone. That's one of the ways that you are self-sabotaging yourself. You are staying within your comfort zone and avoiding change. There are some habits within you that you need to change for you to move forward. So by avoiding those type of changes, you are sabotaging yourself. You are sabotaging yourself. Another form is setting goals that you know yourself are too low. Goals that are too low that even if you succeed in reaching those goals, your life will not change dramatically the way you want. Those are ways that you can sabotage yourself. Another form is comparing yourself to others. Taking actions that don't match your values and goals is another form of self-sabotage. Making excuses for bad habits is another form of self-sabotage. Making excuses for laziness is as another form of self-sabotage. Attempting to gain people's approval every now and then self-sabotage you. Another form, before I go to how you can unlearn this habit, is trying to control other people. Creating unnecessary conflict with your romantic partners, with your loved ones, with your friends, with your co-workers at work. Those are forms Engaging in risky behaviors like abusing of substances, like overspending, like promiscuity, like gambling, those are forms of self-sabotage. Do you understand? And they impact all forms of your life. They impact your career, they impact your education, they impact your relationships, they impact all forms of your life. Procrastination is another type of self-sabotage that you need to work on. Those are habits that you can unlearn. Habit of perfectionism, habit of self-criticism, habit of resisting change, not taking proper care of yourself. Those are types of self-sabotage that you must unlearn. Those are habits that you must unlearn. Take care of yourself. Resisting change will not make you to go forward. Procrastination will not make you to do the things that you need to do at the right time. Criticizing yourself always negatively disempowers you. Those are things and ways for you. Those are types of self-sabotage that I want you to identify. Because if you don't identify the ones you are dealing with, it will be hard for you to unlearn the habit of self-sabotage. So let me give you some tips on how you can unlearn this and stop sabotaging yourself and stop sabotaging yourself. Number one is boost your own self-awareness. Know yourself. Spend time in self-reflection so that you'll be able to increase your self-awareness, so that you will know where you are sabotaging yourself. If you don't know where, you cannot solve it. A problem that you cannot identify cannot be solved. Do you understand? A problem that you cannot identify cannot be solved. Develop some insight into yourself. Be aware. Be more intentional about where you need to make changes. Don't just guess. No. Where do you need to make changes? What type of changes do you need to make in your life right now? What type of changes? Do you understand? What type of changes do you need to make in your life right now? That is how you can stop yourself sabotaging yourself. It's important for you to boost your self-awareness. And also, another thing is make small changes. When you identify where you need to correct, where the habits of self-sabotage that you need to learn, make small changes rather. Make small changes. Don't rush this. Think in terms of making incremental change than making a radical one. Replace one behavior with another every day. Small, little by little like that. Replace one thought with another form. All right, give yourself time. Do you understand? Give yourself time to make these changes. That's how they can last. When you don't give yourself time to make changes, that's why after a while you resort back to the ways you were before. It is difficult to change, all right? But change is the only constant in this life. If you don't change, you won't grow. And if you don't grow, it will be difficult to achieve anything with your life. Do you understand? Set meaningful goals also, and also develop a consistent and right action plan. It's not enough for you to set goals. You need to put the plans. I want to lose 2 kg of weight. What are the things that you will do that will lead you to losing 2 kgs of weight? Running 30 minutes, lifting 2 kg weight. Do you understand? So those are action plans that you will do immediately. Immediately. After you set the goals, those are the action plans you will do. Know your strength and embrace them. That's another way for you to unlearn the habit of self-sabotaging. Know your strength. What are your strengths? Every one of us has character strengths that can help us to thrive the moment you identify them, the moment you acknowledge those strengths, the moment you embrace them. So reflect on your strength, all right? Identifying not just things you do well, but your attitude towards those things will help you, will reinforce positive emotions in you, and will increase and enhance your positive experiences. Do you understand? When do you feel at your best? Know that time frame. Knowing your strength and finding ways to use these strengths will one day help you to develop self-love. And when you love yourself enough, you won't want to sabotage yourself. Do you understand? And finally, if it happens that this self-sabotage is affecting your mental health, then find a therapist. Find a mental health therapist that will help you go through your emotional state and help you become better. Thank you, and we'll talk tomorrow. Bye.